Welcome, it's a beautiful day today. As you can hear, there's some music in the background, which I'm very pleased and very thankful that I've now got my first ever Bajerski meditation music. You can hear the water in the background, the bamboo flute. And just every now and again you can hear the thunder. Reminds me a lot of Bali when I was there meditating. So I'm extremely happy with it. It's going to be uploaded free. Something magical about thunder. You just want to shut up, don't you? You just want me to shut up so you can just listen to it. It's beautiful, eh? Takes you on a journey. I think you'll like it. So I'll be uploading this music very soon. It will be called Bajerski meditation music, and it's something that I feel in my heart that works for me. This is my kind of meditation music. It's fantastic for healing. This is a fantastic self-healing meditation music. In fact, I might just call it self-healing meditation music. Beautiful. I'm very, very, very happy for it. Thank you so much, Edgar. What a great guy you are. Thank you for listening. Thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for all my little niggledy requests. But this is gorgeous. Thank you. You've done a great job, my friend. Working together with a musician is a beautiful thing, and allowing them to just flow and just giving them, can we just try this? Can we just add this to it? Can we just, and it's a great combination. So the music will without a doubt have no adverts at all, so you'll be pleased to know that you can press play and it will be for, I don't know, an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. So just enough time for you to meditate for, beautiful, without no interruptions, eh? It's great. So come a little closer. Today's a beautiful day to talk about knowingness. Knowingness. What is knowingness? Deep within us all, there is knowingness. Our main problem in life is that we are bombarded by darkness, by deceit, by lies, by manipulations, by sleight of hand, by MSM, by governments, by politicians, by cheats, by corporations that continue to send fear into you. That fear can be anything. It can be the what ifs, the fear of the future, the decline of humanity, viruses, sickness, poverty, war, war, war. In those circumstances, those situations, one can only be pulled into the darkness, the manipulation, into the program that has been so successful over the years with most people. And by doing that, You entrap them, you enslave them into a virtual world, when really only 1% of the world actually are living through a painful situation, but everybody else lives through the same, through the eyes of the dark screen. So what chance do you or anybody else have to be able to feel the knowingness, that moment when you just know something? I was sat with my little poodle this morning, just looking over the mountains of the Alpujarras, and I could hear her clearly say, "I'd really like to go to the beach today and run on the sand." And it's like, where did that just come from? And then I realized I was connected to this knowingness, this energy, this frequency, this source of understanding everything. And it only happened for just a fraction of a moment. And then I asked myself, how was I able to feel that and understand that right now? And I realized it's because I was sat there in happiness with a little poodle on me, and we were just looking at the birds flying by, the stillness, and there was no thoughts in my mind, no fear, no anger, no hate, no jealousy, nothingness. And through the nothingness there is a knowingness. That is the connection of all that is and ever will be. The connection which is always there, attached to us, to the universe, to the cosmos, to the source, to spirit, whatever labels you might want to use. It's there, it's within us. So I got thinking about this as I was driving to the office, to the academy, thinking, it's true. Look at your life, Mark. Look at what you went through. From being a child up till 38 years old. What point did you ever think about anything? What point did you actually sit down and have this emptiness within you? It's called stillness. And I laughed and I said, I don't think there was ever a time. There were many times that I gave up. And that is the surrendering. And in that moment when you surrender, there is the stillness there. There is that void that then can be filled with this knowingness. That's why a lot of times when people nearly take their life, there becomes that serenity of peace, of acceptance, and just enough is enough. The body breaks down, it surrenders, and it's just about to maybe do something that it regrets, but then the connection comes, the voice, as it did for me. What are you doing, Mark? I'm going to kill myself. Why? Because there's no point living. Are you measuring your life by somebody else who has decided that she chose somebody other than you? Do you really think that your life is worth taking over that? Who are you? Do you think you are nothing? Do you think you are nobody? These were the words that were said to me. Do you really believe that you come here to do this? Do you really believe that you're measuring yourself to another man to take your life? You think he's more important than? Do you think that your wife at that time is more important than your life? What about your child? What about you? What about your future? What about your life? What about everything that you're here for? I think without that knowingness, without that connection, I probably wouldn't be here today. So there are moments in our life where we connect to that voice, that inner understanding, that knowingness. And then that got me thinking a little bit more. Look how far you've come, Mark. I know you're not perfect, but look how far you've come. So what can you share with everybody who listens to your words now? And what can you say to help humanity? Even if it's one person, tell us, explain to us how you got to where you are and how you've overcome the obstacles of fear, the suffering from your clients who have done terrible things these past 2 years to themselves and ended up sick and ill. And how have you overcome that? How have you become stronger than that? How is it that you just don't allow people to affect you? You talk about it a lot, but actually you're always smiling thereafter. It's true, I am. How do you overcome that? How did you find your path? How did you actually get to where you were? How do we really truly understand our life? Where we're going? What our purpose is? And I thought, the only thing I can say is the experience of the moment I decided to walk a path that didn't contain chasing my tail. It didn't contain fear anymore. It didn't contain anger, jealousy. I emptied it. I emptied all that from this vessel that I am. I turned some tap and said, okay, time to fill it with something else. So I released all of that. How? And then it got me thinking again, how did I get to be able to clear all of my father's pain and suffering and all the abuse that I had and all the fears and everything that contained in me? I think it's a natural, automatic opener as soon as you step into the path of healing. What is healing? I mean, when I talk to people about pure energy healing, they look at me and say, I don't want to be a healer. And I say, well, neither did I. And I don't think that's the whole point about becoming a healer. I think it's about becoming stronger. From one day to the next, I started getting the confidence to work on myself, understanding energy, feeling it, understanding how it moves, where it goes, understanding emotions, understanding other people, their actions. This all is intertwined in the beginning of my path. How to allow to let go and just to move forward, and understanding that we are all here on our own journey and we have to respect everybody's path, whether good or bad, happy or sad, or light or extremely dark. And understanding that with the acceptance of all is as it should be, and moving forward. And by recognizing other people's mistakes, I recognize mine. By recognizing mine, I recognize other people's. My knee-jerk reactions, everything that I so easily chose to ignore, has now become part of my daily life. Recognizing things that I see within others, I see within myself. Realizing that now that I'm on a healing path, the reflection of others is my reflection, and my reflection is others, and so on. I am you, you are me. You get angry with me, that's a reflection of yourself, and so on. Understanding without knee-jerk. Taking a deep breath, standing back and looking at the whole picture rather than just a narrow-minded, quick-tempered, angry Polish man. I remember being with a friend walking in the village, and she said, "My God, Mark, I can't believe you've changed." And I said, "How do you know?" She said, "You just walked past two people screaming at each other as if they weren't even there. And it felt like you just said, you know what, they can deal with this themselves." She said, "You were never like that. You were always there to try and help people." I said, "Yeah, I guess I have really. I guess I realised that not everything deserves our attention." That was a difficult one, because everything deserved my attention at the beginning. And sometimes we have to let be. So from that moment on, I started working with tools and crystals and people. And I decided to make the decision to learn how to heal others, which then would give me the insight to learn to heal myself. I realized that every day that went by, every client that came to me, the thousands that came to me over the years, it was like they were my teachers, they were my guides. And each day I would go and sit by a tree and ponder what I did that day and what actually happened and the miracles that I saw. And within the weeks and months and sometimes years, things that in the world outside there say that's impossible, I saw the miracle happen. How can that be? So you soon realize that what you've been told is a lie, and that healing can take place within you, and that the power you have to sabotage your life, as you do most days, with negativity, through the very darkness that pumps it out into the black screen, that then pumps it into the whole of humanity, that then regurgitates it to you. And you do the same. And when you see that, you step back and say, "I don't think so anymore." And you decide to take a different path. Healing. Learning the art of healing. And healing isn't just laying your hands on somebody and yourself. It's every aspect of your being. It changes your life. It changes your whole understanding of everything that is and ever will be. Space and time seems to be no more. The need for anything seems to be no more. And that's a beautiful feeling. The desire to help seems to overcome you every day. The desire to give, share, care, love, heal, 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 heal is a beautiful thing. The desire to strengthen you and to clear the pain and suffering that was given to you, that you received, that you now want to release, is an everyday occurrence. And it's a beautiful thought through the day that you have beautiful thoughts. Wow, I'm thinking better thoughts, I'm feeling more positive. I'm seeing the beauty in things rather than the suffering and the pain. And it does change your life. So I remember the day I had many messages after healing sessions that these new people that came to see me said, "I'd love to understand, I'd love to learn, I'd love to do what you do." Not just to become a healer, but just to learn and feel that. Is there any chance of me spending a day with you? And a few people said it, and I wasn't a teacher. I didn't even like teachers. I had an issue with teachers, and I said, no, not really. Until one day, it was a case of, we just want to sit and watch. Okay. So I called 3, 4, 5 people. And I said, okay, I'll do a couple of days. I'll share with you what I know, what I've learned. And I sat down before they came and I thought, Mark, if you were 37, what would you want in 2 days to learn from somebody? And I thought, you know what? Everything. Everything. So they all came in the room and I had a big smile on my face and I said, welcome to this little room. Today I'm going to share with you everything that I've learned. And the one promise I will give you all today is in these 2 days, I will tell you everything that I've learned and I will not hold back on anything. You can ask me anything you want. And if I know the answer, I will give it you. And if I don't, I will say I don't know. And I will be as truthful to my integrity and share with you the knowledge, the gifts that I've seen, the healing, the experience, and all the stories that I've learned up till this moment in these few years. So I did. It wasn't teaching, it was just sharing my information through a way of guidance and simplicity. The following day, after sharing all that I do, all my secrets of how to heal, what tools to use, what I believed healing was, what I believed energy was, how to recognize it and how to work with it, how to clear it, how to strengthen the energy in the room, and how to protect ourselves and how to work on ourselves, how to work on me. I was sharing everything that I did to get to a place of where I was today. So I shared all of this information, went for something to eat, and we came back again and I continued. And the following day, I said, you know what? It's time to start healing. They were all very nervous. And I said, you are a powerful healer. And the reason why is because you're all here. This is the voice I heard. You haven't just come because of curiosity. You've come because of a feeling, a pull. Something has guided you here, and I trust that with all my heart. I don't know why, but I know you're here for a reason. So I'm going to share with you, and I'm going to trust, and I want you to trust that you are a healer, and you are gifted, and you are powerful. And I want you to let go of what you've been taught from a child, that you're only gifted when you work hard and you learn, but maybe you already know. Why don't you trust in that knowing, that knowingness? So I realized that not only am I sharing my experience, but now it's time for me to try and help them clear, unlearn, and trust. And the best way to do that is hands-on. So unexpectedly, a client came up the stairs, and I went and I laid my first client down. I gave her a healing session for 1 hour. Everybody watched. She got up, I gave her a cuddle, she went, and they were all crying. They were all in absolute awe of the energy, what happened in that room. But then there was another knock at the door. And I asked one of the girls, go down and get your client. Trust. So she went downstairs and brought the client up. And I said to the other girls, heal this lady. And I sat down. And then I realized, get out of the room, Mark. Leave the room. So I left the room. I let the women heal this lady. No telling them how to do it. They saw how I did it, so it gave them a little bit of understanding. But because I wasn't in the room, there was nobody to judge or watch, or is he watching me? Am I doing right or wrong? I deliberately was told to go out of the room, stay away, let them heal. And at the end I came back in the room and the woman got up and she started crying. She said that was the most amazing healing session I've ever had in my life. She left the room and all the women were in tears, and we continued through that day doing more healing sessions until they got so comfortable that it was like second nature. The following month everybody heard about this and I was fully booked again with another 5 people. Except this time I wanted to add another day. So now it became 3 days. And I did exactly the same thing but added a little bit more information, a little bit more magic into it. And then over the months and then years, it became 4 days. 4 days of pure magic, giving all the insights of what I've learned over the years and helping people really truly understand their gift and how powerful they truly are. So today we're here. April will soon be here. It's taken 2 years to create this. But we now have our first 2022 Pure Energy Healing course in April. It will be live and interactive, so you will be able to watch the videos and then interact with me on a night and the amazing Layla Satie. We all join together, we all come together, and we all talk about the day, what we've learned through the videos. It's incredible. And we become better people through knowledge, through experience, which is ultimately the most important thing. We gain a different understanding of life and we realize that out there is all wrong. And right here where we are doing our work, working ourselves, working on clients, cleansing, clearing, we realize that this is the path. And through that moment we become more awakened to the energy of knowingness. And through those 4 days we start to realize that this is the connection to who we truly are and why we're here. Not everybody becomes a full-time healer. That's not what the course is about. The course is about learning who you are and how powerful you are and the gifts that are within you, the spirit that is within you that the mind tries to stop and say, no, don't listen to that, listen to me. But in these 4 days, you'll find that your heart becomes stronger. Your spirit speaks louder than the mind, and the mind quietens down because it realizes that all that the mind has ever done is fool the spacesuit to believe that what life is about pain, suffering, illness, sickness, fear, worry, jealousy, anger, bitterness. But in those 4 days, you realize that it's not true at all. And there's a moment where you realize that life is meant to be lived in harmony, peace, love, kindness, sharing, giving, and feeling amazing with inner peace and ultimate happiness. That is the abundance, and that is the knowing. So I hope you can join me on April and Layla Satie to become a pure energy healer, but more importantly, to become the most amazing version that you are and always will be. Okay guys, love you all. Have a great day. Link below. See you soon.